Chapter 10 Fall Festival Fun. Today was the day Annabelle had waited for all month long, the Fall Festival. At school, she could think of nothing else. The school day went by so fast as Annabelle daydreamed about it in class. She wondered if all the committee members had planned well and were ready to set up the gymnasium right after school ended. Since the actual event didn't start until 6 o'clock, everyone had at least 2.5 hours to make the gymnasium look perfect with fall decorations. Once again, Annabelle wanted to ask Lila about preparations, but decided against doing that. She had to trust Lila to the very end. Lila had told her that everything was going to be fine, and since she was so much like Annabelle in so many ways, Annabelle believed her. Once school was over for the day, Annabelle saw PTA members starting to decorate the hallway leading to the gymnasium. She really wanted to stay after school with all the other youth committee members and help out, but she wouldn't be able to do much with her crutches. Besides, her mom was waiting outside in front of the school to pick her up. Just then, Annabelle saw Lila headed toward the gymnasium with a big box of arts and crafts supplies. Annabelle just couldn't resist the opportunity to speak, so she did. Hey, Lila, how's everything going? Annabelle asked, hoping for a good report. We're just beginning to set up all the stations, Lila began. The PTA brought about 100 small pumpkins. I was just going to start putting the tablecloths on the tables and set out all the arts and crafts supplies. Why don't you come and help us? I can make sure you're sitting all the time and not walking around on your crutches. Annabelle couldn't believe what she was hearing. Was Lila really inviting her to help out, even with her crutches? Annabelle didn't think of herself as being disabled and was sure she could still do simple tasks, even with her crutches. However, she thought that others might not see her quite as capable right now. Annabelle quickly responded, Of course I would. Let me just go check with my mom. She's outside. I'll be right back. I'll see you inside in a little while, Lila called back to her as she hurried into the gymnasium. Annabelle couldn't get to her mom's car fast enough to tell her the good news. This was the happiest day of the month for Annabelle. Now she would get to participate in the fall festival and be part of the team. Mom, you're not going to believe what just happened. Lila just asked me if I could come in the gymnasium and help set up for the fall festival. Mom, I know what you're going to say, but I'm not going to overdo it. Lila says I can just sit down the whole time. I'll just be sorting stuff and opening and arranging art supplies on the table for the different stations. I won't even be standing up. Annabelle leaned on her crutches with a glint of hope in her eyes. Her mom let out a long sigh before she responded. Annabelle, you know what the doctor said. No strenuous movements. Mom sounded concerned. I'm not even going to move my knee, just my hands. Come on, Mom, please. You just have to trust me. I won't hurt myself. Please let me go. I've been waiting for this all month. Mom looked into Annabelle's eyes and saw that her little girl really wanted to do this with all her heart. So finally she gave in. Okay, Annabelle, but you need to be super careful at all times. Jason and I should be at the school by 5:45. If you need me for any reason, just call my cell phone, Mom said. Annabelle tossed her backpack in the car and closed the door. Thanks, Mom, she called as she hurried inside. When Annabelle got inside, she saw Caitlin setting up her table and putting little prizes on it to give to all the dancers. The DJ was also bringing in his equipment for the dance party. Annabelle saw Barry putting up a backdrop for the photo booth, and Jake was checking his camera. There was even a gigantic banner that read, Welcome to our annual fall festival. Lila was in the corner setting up by herself. Annabelle immediately went over to see how she could be of service. When Lila saw Annabelle, she helped her sit down, took her crutches, and placed them under the table. I'm so glad you're here, Annabelle. My other friend Kayla couldn't make it, and I thought I would have to do all this work by myself, but you have certainly saved the day, Lila said, relieved at having extra help. Have no fear, Annabelle is here, and I know exactly what to do, Annabelle assured her. Annabelle started taking all of the pumpkin decorating supplies out of the box and arranging them on the table. She was doing what she loved to do, and she wouldn't have it any other way. As time passed, Annabelle saw that everything was coming together perfectly. Everything and everyone were in their proper place. It was finally time for the fall festival to begin. The music was loud and pumping. All the kids wearing creative costumes were starting to fill the gymnasium along with their families. Some of these cool costumes could definitely win the contest. Lines began forming of kids ready to play a variety of fall games, and a face painting station was also set up. Arts and craft projects filled table after table, and plenty of food was available, such as hot dogs, salty snacks, cotton candy, and juice boxes. What really made it feel like a fall festival were the caramel apples, candy apples, and just plain candy. Daryl and his dad brought a life size robot from his technology company, which was being operated by remote control. There was a long line to play with it. Kids were running all around the place. Annabelle was just glad to be a part of this great event and happy she could still be helpful even though she had gotten hurt. Annabelle loved doing amazing things that made others happy, and this was truly one of those things. What first turned out to be a low point in Annabelle's life turned out to be pretty amazing after all. Chapter 10 is finished, as well as the whole book. I have a question for you. How did Lila make Annabelle feel so excited in this chapter? Don't forget to answer the other three questions at the end of the book.